The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh Fox Cities campus assists the City of Menasha with video recordings of city meetings. Menasha residents and interested parties can get information about city meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents from the city website, www.cityofmenasha-wi.gov. To express opinions about City of Menasha issues or these broadcasts, contact the Mayor's office, 920-967-3608. Contact the City Alderman. Contact information appears on the website. Or complete the electronic feedback form on the City website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited.
Okay, good evening. I'd like to call the City of Menasha Common Council meeting to order. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And before we begin tonight, if we could have a moment of silence in honor of Veterans Day. Thank you. If we could have the roll, please.
Alderman Sevenick. Here. Alderman Hammond. Here. Alderman Schmidt. Here. Alderman Tom Grady. Here. Alderman Ted Grady. Here. Alderman Rapella. Here. Alderman Nichols. Here. All are present with the absence of Alderman Eisenach.
Thank you. Item F is the first item. It's the report of department head, staff, and consultants. We have the minutes and communications to receive. Alderman Sevenick.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like for us to receive minutes A through G and communications H through N.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Dr. Schrader, did you want to comment on item N?
Certainly, thank you, Mayor. So item N, the Winnebago County property foreclosure was supposed to be an action item. So that will have to come back at a later meeting for your consideration.
So we may bring it back as part of the budget meeting later this week when Director Schrader is here. Alderman Nichols.
Thank you, Mayor. Question for Public Works regarding item J, which is a memo about the Racine Street Bridge high mast navigation restriction. I read through it. Is this an indication that we may be waiting beyond December for the bridge to open, or is it simply Lunda doing paperwork to make sure they can do what they need to do?
Not at this time. There are no anticipated delays with the bridge opening to vehicular traffic. This would strictly be with the navigation canal itself, the channel, for the high mast boat navigation. But they're still intending to be on schedule for December. I did have an email, it appears was not attached prior to this, explained in a little more detail. I will forward that on to all of you. That came from the DOT and basically just explaining that they're still on track at this point in time for December.
Okay. Do you know if early December, late December, middle, or just December?
December. I haven't
right.
been given any indication in more detail. And I think as things get worked on and we get closer to the date, we'll probably see how things shake out.
Thank you. We're all very anxious.
Is hard to believe it's next month already.
I know, I was thinking about that on the way here, but we're ready.
Yes.
Thank you.
We all are.
Alderman Sevenick.
So 2 points. One, just to follow up with what Alderman Nichols discussed. Laura and I, we talked about this, and there's some mechanics that still have to be adjusted for the lift bridge. And those may be, I used the word may, be done during March and April, which is not necessarily the time the boats go through it. I think the navigation starts in May. The boating season actually officially starts sometime in May. Oh, it is April 15?
Mid-April.
I'm sorry. Why? Yeah, I guess you're right.
They have to balance. There's some balancing that has to occur with the bridge, and they can't do it in winter just because of the load from the snow. So yes, there will be a time period in the spring once weather allows that they will have to
What
do
is,
some balancing
what's
with the lift
in,
bridge.
what's in May? Because we used to have Riverfest down here, and it was always in May, first part of May. Well, anyways, that doesn't matter. So the other point I had was, please don't forget, back to what Sam was talking about. I don't think there was a map for the 838 3rd Street. There were for the ones that just said 3rd, 1st, and Grove.
That's because 838 was taken off. They will be paying their full back taxes. So since the time that this letter went through, it is no longer available.
All right, I just thought I'd bring that up in case we needed one, but I guess we don't. All right, thank you.
Okay, seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Aye. Are there any opposed? Seeing none, we'll move on to public comments. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment this evening? Seeing no one, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Alderman Sevenick?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to go through the consent agenda, seeing they're basically Common Council minutes and then the Board of Public Works. So at this time, I'd like for us to approve the Common Council minutes of 10/17/22.
So motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Are there any opposed? Seeing none, the motion carries. Item 2 is refuse collection fee adjustments. Alderman Sevenick?
This was recommended by the Board of Public Works to the Common Council to approve the refuge collection and fee adjustments as noted above to cover the 2023 tipping fee cost increase.
Is there a second? Second. So motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Mayor?
Oh. Got to be faster if you're going to discuss.
That was pretty fast. No one voted yet. So I just wanted to say for the residents that this is not an increase to your residential carts at all. This is about some other items. These are like your extra carts, your dumpster rentals, your free on disposal, those types of things. And they're very minimal.
Okay, if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Motion carries 7-0.
Item 3 is a payment. Do we have a motion? Alderman Sevenick?
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like for us to make a payment to Venton Construction Incorporated, contract unit number 2022-01. This is for street construction on Main in the amount of $62,463.52, payment number 2.
Is there a second? Second. So motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Motion carries 7-0.
Item 4 is also a payment. Alderman Sevenick?
Thank you, Mayor. Also, I'd like for us to make a payment to Venton Construction Incorporated, contract unit number 2022-01 for street reconstruction. This is for Airport Road in the amount of $180,013.75. This is payment number 4.
Is there a second? Second. So motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Motion carries 7-0.
Item 6 is also a payment. Is there a motion? Alderman Sevenick?
Should let Randy do this one. Anyways, thank you, Mayor. Payment to Precision Seal Coating Incorporated, contract unit number 2022-04 for asphaltic concrete pavement crack sealing on various city streets in the amount of $78,230, and that would be payment number 1 and the final.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, if we could have a roll call vote, please. Oh, was there no second? I'll second. Okay. Second by Alderman Rapella. If we could have a roll call vote, please.
I was going to, but you said I was going
Haley would have thrown something at me at some point, right?
to. She's just back there.
Motion carries 7-0.
Item J is action items. The first is the accounts payable and payroll. Do we have a motion? Alderman Nichols.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll move for the account, to approve the accounts payable and payroll for the term of October 14th through November 3rd, 2022, in the amount of $1,926,296.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Alderman Sevenick.
I called Jennifer earlier today with about 8 questions. Do you have answers for me? You don't have to answer them today.
Okay, I did email you back.
Oh, you did? Okay. I will go through them. I didn't know that was, when did you mail that out? Probably 5? Oh, okay. All righty, thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Motion carries 7-0.
Item 2 is the second agreement to the development agreement by and between DH 130 Main LLC. Do we have a motion? Alderman Schmidt?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to agree to the second amendment to the development agreement amendment by and between DH 130 Main LLC.
Second.
So motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion. Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Mayor. Director Schrader, can we just review what the amendment is? I believe it just refers to dates within the agreement, so if you could verify for those listening.
Yes, certainly. So again, this development agreement is for the development of the Harbor Lofts at 130 Main Street. Basically, the existing development agreement stated a completion deadline to show a certificate of occupancy by December 20th of 2022. And I do believe there was an error in the memo that stated 2023. So basically, what we're looking at is just pushing that date back to March 15th, 2023. The developer does believe they will be done in February, but to add some a little bit of flex time in there. Certainly there has been, as any project, certainly some supply chain issues, as well as on the front end of this project, kind of going out and bidding the project to make sure they could move forward in that. This is a fairly simple development agreement, just kind of pushing that end date back. We did look at everything else as it relates to that and do not feel like anything else needed to be modified regarding performance payment or completion or the actual hard costs that will be incurred for the project. So with that, yeah, staff does recommend approval.
Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Motion carries 7-0.
Item O is public comments on any matter that was listed on the agenda. No? Item P is adjournment. Do we have a motion?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All those in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you.
The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh Fox Cities campus assists the City of Menasha with video recordings of city meetings. Menasha residents and interested parties can get information about city meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents from the city website, www.cityofmenasha-wi.gov. To express opinions about City of Menasha issues or these broadcasts, contact the Mayor's office, 920-967-3608. Contact a city alderman. Contact information appears on the website. Or complete the electronic feedback form on the city website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited.